There's been a disaster tragedy that requires all of your immediate attention.
Don't you stand there and judge me like I'm some kind of criminal.
I am here merely to tell you that the day will come.
I don't give a fuck.
You either get used to it or you get lost.
I'm working something out. It's called a metaphor.
Well, what are you working out?
It's secret. That's why it's called metaphor. It's a secret. That's what metaphor means. Secret. Fuck those dumplings.
Broadcasting live from downtown Cleveland.
You're supposed to be dead. Sorry to disappoint.
Could you, roll me one of those, cowboy?
Tell you what, I'd like to bend her over a barrel and show her the 50 states, you know what I'm saying?
On morningshowcentral.com.
You want to leave the condom off? Go for it.
You think you got issues?
Please, enlighten me.
Wait till you get a load of these clowns.
Who the fuck are you?
Come here to get your weekly fix of Sick and Twisted.
Yeah, it's got its tongue up my ass.
No.
It's Uncensored Net Noise.
Come on in. Oh, and bring your whore. We'll all do some blow.
What the fuck's going on?
On morningshowcentral.com.
Yeah, that was probably the first sign of the apocalypse.
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
This bitch, I can't stand her. She's that psychic that had the mother of Amanda Berry on her show one time. Evidently, Sylvia Brown told the mother of Amanda Berry that her daughter was dead. And, you know, you try to at least comfort her a little bit and say, well, maybe there might be a light at the end of the tunnel. And there was a light at the end of the tunnel because she's here with us today. She's alive.
Everything is closing in. All this emptiness, it surrounds me. With everything I feel, I just know. Oh, it's changed.
Well, it's week 2 of Dom's pussy hurting, so he's not here tonight. No, seriously, he's at Rock on the Range right now. He's going to call in about 9:05 tonight. Let us know what's going on. Then I'll ask him if his pussy hurts right, at Rock on the Range. He's posting pictures from Rock on the Range, too, and I was noticing that Cheap Trick or whoever's on stage, or I don't know what the hell's going on. I wonder if he's on his knees right now with the lead singer.
I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now I feel I'm surrounded.
Not too much going on in the news this week, man. I was trying to figure out, what am I going to talk about tonight, and I was like, I don't know what's going on in the news, and there's not too much at all, so you're just going to have to bear with me this week.
Memories, they surround me. Now only broken chains are all that I found.
I guess he can't wait. Go ahead, Dom.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me out there?
Yeah, I can hear you. So what's going on at Rock on the Range?
Oh, man, it was a pretty busy day. See, some of the bands that we hooked up with today were X Factor 1, American Fangs, Mindset Evolution, Oleander, and that was really cool. They get to hang out with them. The band In Flames are coming out in a few minutes. Got to check out Love and Death.
Oh, really?
That has Head from, he used to be in Korn.
Okay.
That's his solo band, and now he's doing a double thing now where he's going to be playing with Love and Death and then Korn. Korn's coming up next also at 9:50. Also got to hook up with the guys from Buck Cherry, which is pretty cool. So I got some audio on that. And also got to hang out with our old friend Jim Florentine down here.
Nice.
So it's
nice.
pretty cool.
Nice.
And
Now,
Chief Trick just got off the stage.
Okay, I was gonna ask you about that. Did you Did you get anything with Cheap Trick?
No, they weren't doing any type of media.
No.
What do you expect? Those old ass motherfuckers can't get off in their wheelchairs to roll down here in the media tent and hang out with all the proper people.
Well, I thought maybe you were on your knees with the lead singer of Cheap Trick.
Nah, I ain't doing that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I ain't in that stuff.
All right. So everything's going good right now at Rock on the Range, right?
Yeah. Other than myself, man, I'm falling apart physically. So other than that, tent is like air conditioned. It's like freaking. I'm about to put a jacket on. That's how cold it is in there.
I bet.
It felt like 100 degrees last year. We were in this media tent here, and this is like we have all regular radio stations out here, and we're like the only net station covering Rock on the Range. And it was really shortened this year, as it was last year. Last year they let just about anybody who said they had any type of organization that could be part of it.
Right.
But if you were part of like something big, and they recognized Morning Show Central, and that was the way that we got in here this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We're here next to stations from Massachusetts, West Virginia, North Carolina. I mean, all over the states, and they're from all over, even Alaska. These are all regular terrestrial stations, and we were leading the force. And we, like I said, we had most of the bands. They came right to us because once they saw the sign, the Morning Show Central up here, they posted, man. They went sick, man. They're like, we got to get out of here, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. See, look out at terrestrial radio. We're coming for you. That's all I got to say. Terrestrial radio, your guys are dead. So, all right, Don, you have. All right, go on. What are you going to say? Go ahead.
Check this out. We're out here, man, the piss lines are so long that you have to buy your beer, then stand in line right after you buy the beer to go to the bathroom.
That sucks, dude. That sucks.
There's hundreds of people in line to go to these porta potties, man. It's insane. Totally insane.
You would think there would be a lot of porta potties there for the amount of people that are there.
There are. This is sold out. This is a soccer stadium. You know how many people a soccer stadium holds?
Yeah.
This thing is huge.
Yeah.
Plus it had 3 stages, and it's pretty damn big, man. And this place is sold out.
So the next 3 days, Saturday and Sunday, you got 2 more days of this stuff. So you think you can last 2 more days?
Okay. I hope so, man.
Yeah.
This is tough, man.
Well,
it's tough on me physically.
We'll get a bunch of good interviews for next week's show so we can play them on the air.
I will do that.
All right, Don.
I got this cool one. I'm gonna hook up with Ari Shafir and as well as Jim Florentine again tomorrow.
Awesome.
And we're gonna hang out over here. I think we're gonna have Joe on the show too if he's in the tent with us too.
All right,
Joe Howard.
Yeah, well, tell Joe Howard he can kiss my dick.
I will do that.
All right, Dom, you have a good one and be safe out there at Rock on the Range. And thanks for calling in, man.
No problem. Anytime, man.
All right, thanks, bud. All right.
You're welcome.
All right, there's Dom. He's live from Rock on the Range, and we'll get to that in a minute.
I just can't sleep without you here. I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now I feel.
Got a question. You ever had the runs before where you ate something really, really bad and like 3 days, for 3 days, all you have is the freaking runs? Well, I got this story here about a guy that ate some Chinese food, and it's kind of fitting because our studio is in like Asia Town or whatever they call it here in Cleveland.
I'm surrounded. I'm caught in my feelings again. They're ringing out inside my head. It's in everything that exists. The walls are slowly closing in. Doesn't matter where I go, 'cause I just can't sleep without you.
Oh, did I tell you I got a band in studio? I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. Yeah, I am. Kharmuh. They're in studio. We're going to talk to them in a little bit.
I just wanna let you know that you make me weak, and now I fear I'm surrounded.
All right, you want to call the show? The number's 888-668-0742, or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. There you can find us in the chat. Just click on the little TV up there, jump in the chat room, and you're in there with me right now. Don, like I said, he's out this week. He's at Rock on the Range right now. We just had a phone call from him. He's got a lot of cool bands that he's been talking to out there, and he's got 2 more days of this stuff. So I'm glad, in a way, I'm kind of happy that it is Dom out there at Rock on the Range doing all this stuff, because I probably wouldn't make it all 3 days. Maybe 2, and I would want to go home after the second day. But I don't know. I guess I'm getting too old for this shit, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, he's going to be there for the next 3 days. And next week, we're going to have a bunch of interviews and pictures and all kinds of stuff that we'll show you from Rock on the Range next Friday night. But like I said, this week we have Kharmuh in studio. They're in our green room right now. They're hanging out, and they're going to be on about 9:30 tonight. We're going to talk to them for a little bit and find out what's going on with them. Also, if you missed any part of the show tonight or whatever, you can go to our website, uncensorednetnoise.com. There you're able to download all the podcast shows that we've done in the past. Also, find us on iTunes. Do you want to search for Uncensored Net Noise? Also on YouTube, youtube.com/Uncensored Net Noise. And if you're on Facebook, facebook.com/Uncensored Net Noise. Give us a like. All right, so I got a bunch of stories here that we're going to talk about tonight. Like I said, I was talking to you guys right before when the intro was playing about a guy that actually he went to a Chinese restaurant or something, and he had some lunch or dinner or whatever it was, and he was on his way home. And on his way home, he got into a fender-bender. A Florida man who fled the scene of a fender bender explained to cops that he consumed some bad Chinese food, and he was on the verge of defecating on himself. So he went in search of a bathroom and left the scene of the accident. So probably about 40 minutes later, they come back to the scene of the accident, and the people are just, the tow truck's there now, so they're towing the car away. And the cops were there still, and he came back and apologized for all the inconvenience and everything. The cop hauled his ass off to jail and said, "You shouldn't have left the scene of the crime." And now he's on bond right now for $375. Now that's a story. Now my question to you, if you want to call the show, the number is 888-668-0742. Have you ever had a bout with the runs or diarrhea or whatever? You're on your way home from someplace, and you couldn't find a bathroom anywhere, and you got to the verge where you almost shit yourself in your car. I really want to know if there's someone out there. I did it. I didn't shit myself, but I was on the verge. I mean, I was literally on the verge where I was almost where the nugget was ready to come out of the back of me. All right, and I made it. I made it just in time to the front door of my house. No, I didn't shit on my front porch, but I did make it to the toilet upstairs, and I was able to use the bathroom. But let's say you got into an accident. Would you do the same thing this guy would do? Would you actually go and leave the scene of the crime to go find a bathroom? It kind of reminds me of the movie Friday. You remember, if everybody remembers the movie Friday, where the dog catcher was driving and he pulled up to he had some bad tacos or something like that, or burritos or whatever the case may be, and he pulls up to the gas station and he has to go inside to get the key. And the key's on this like hubcap type, ring or whatever it is, and he goes to the bathroom. It's sort of like that, though. Yeah, I've been on that type of journey before in my life, and I was just wondering if anybody out there would actually do something similar to what this guy did. If you really had to use the bathroom that bad, that you would actually go and leave the scene of the crime. You hit somebody or whatever, you left just to go use the bathroom and come back, or whatever the case may be. I don't think I would. I probably would have to defecate right there in front of the cop because I don't want to go to jail. I'm sorry, but, if the cop says, what's that smell? I'm like, well, hey, I told you I needed to go, but, you didn't let me. So, and plus I didn't want to get charged for leaving the scene of a crime. So it's either me shitting in my pants right now or, me going to jail. Which one do you choose? I choose the defecating part in my pants. So, yeah, so that would be my choice, though. Funeral home director. I have a story here from Oregon. An Oregon funeral home is offering natural burials. Now you think, okay, you're in a coffin, they're going to put you in the ground and or whatever the case may be, right? Well, they're doing something a little different. I don't know, most of you, I think everybody's been to a funeral. I've been to one recently for my grandmother and everything. And normally the typical traditional funeral is put you in the back of a limo and drive you to your final resting place. You say a few words, and then the family disperses, and then the coffin goes in the ground. Well, here in Oregon, they do something a little different. They put you on the back of a three-wheel bicycle. Okay? This is no lie. You're in a coffin. They put the coffin into a back of a three-wheel bicycle. They have a little bed in the back where they put the coffin on. This funeral director has a electric motor on this bicycle, and he will pedal you to your final resting place. When I first thought of this, I'm like, that would be really cool. That was really cool. That would be a cool idea. But then I thought about it again. I'm like, that's kind of morbid. I don't think I would really want, my final ride on a bicycle. Now, if it was a Harley or something like that, then, and he was hauling me to my final resting place, then maybe that would be a little different, though. But on a bicycle, especially with an electric motor on it, I don't think that would be really, my idea of, doing, I don't think it would be a good idea, though. And here's the thing, though. The basket ride to your final resting place is $3,500. So if you got $3,500 laying around, in your rainy day fund, you can get pedaled to your final resting spot. Now, I'm assuming that this all happens in the summertime, and this doesn't happen in the wintertime. If this guy actually rode or pedaled his way to the final resting spot in the winter, I don't think it's going to work, So I think this is just like a summertime thing, because it doesn't say in the article anything like that, though. But he said, the funeral director at Sunset Cemeteries, he said he says a lot of people are actually opting to this idea. They think it's a great idea to take your loved one to their final resting spot in the back of a three-wheel bicycle. Okay, well, if you want to do that, that's on you. That's totally up to you. But to me, I don't know. I don't think it would be really cool for me to, I don't know. What if the guy was 400 pounds? What if the guy was like 400 pounds? Yeah, even though this guy's got an electric motor on this bicycle, this three-wheel bicycle, and he was like 400 pounds, I don't think that motor and the director would be able to pedal his ass to his final resting spot. There would have to be pallbearers pushing that casket. That would be, and then you wouldn't get your full $3,500 ride to your final resting spot. Is it a dumb idea? Yeah, I think it is. But if it's going to make you happy, to see that your loved one is being pedaled to their final resting spot, then and it's going to make you feel good inside to do it for them, and you think that your loved one's going to, would love that, then, I guess, whatever you want to do. I guess that's just something you know. Also, local news here, real quick. That Charles Ramsey guy. Well, evidently they just. I was reading on Facebook today. He's got an action figure now, and it looks like how those pictures or those action figures of like Jesus. You get an action figure of Jesus. Well, it looks like an action figure of Jesus. The same head that they used for the action figure for Jesus, and all they did was put that on the top of the action figure, and then they put a hamburger in the guy's hand. And now I'm wondering, the whole thing with this Charles Ramsey thing is that are people trying to capitalize on his, fame and fortune or whatever the case may be, and they're trying to, get money from this? Or is Charles Ramsey actually, involved with the action figure? And when I was reading the story about it, it didn't say anything about Charles Ramsey, designed this or had an idea to make an action figure or whatever the case may be. Now, I knew that there was a hamburger named after him, and I also know that there was something else done with him. I can't remember exactly what it was, though. Some sort of hamburger was named after him, and I knew he gave the money to the victims and so on and so forth. But now there's an action figure. So if you want the Kung Fu Fighting Charles Ramsey action figure, I don't know where you can get it because it doesn't say where you can get these things, but be on the lookout for them. I guess you can find them at novelty stores or something like that. Or there'll probably be a Charles Ramsey website soon where you can download or you can buy these things or whatever the case may be. I know there's songs made up about them. People were already in the on YouTube making parody songs for him. They already did the remix of the news with Charles Ramsey when there's a little white girl runs into his arms. Well, yeah, that one, that's been done. But, yeah, there's a lot of stuff floating on the internet right now about Charles Ramsey and what's going on with him. And my question is that does he really know that there's an action figure out there with his likeness on it? And his people, are people actually, or is he actually getting any kind of the cut from this, though? So, I don't know. All right, real quick, we're going to take our first break of the night, and we're going to get Kharmuh on the show real quick. We're going to talk to them for a little bit and find out what's going on with them. So you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Don't touch that mouse, or we'll come to your home and pistol whip you. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Right here on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hey, this is Steve Snyder from Twisted Sister, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
You want a date?
I'm gonna puke on you.
Gee, I don't think I have a price for that.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Right here on MorningShowCentral.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at MorningShowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on morningshowcentral.com. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one Farmville request at a time.
Prepare to get your cock rocked to kingdom come.
Welcome back to the show that doesn't discriminate. We'll bang everyone equally.
You can handle that? You got a job.
It's Uncensored Net Noise. It's Uncensored Net Noise. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. Live on morningshowcentral.com. If you'd like to call the show, 1-888-668-0742.
I know, oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more.
I can almost taste it.
Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
The following message is for those with a credit score of 800 and below. Who wouldn't want better credit? Did you ever wonder how different life would be from just having a higher credit score? Are you tired of being turned down for any kind of loan or only offered high interest rates because your credit score is holding you prisoner? Life doesn't have to be that way anymore with access to TurnScore. By increasing your credit score only 50 to 100 points, it can potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars in interest over just a 5 to 10 year period. It can be the difference in getting approved for a personal loan, business loan, high limits on credit cards, a brand new car lease, or even a home mortgage. We see so many ads from companies that give us our credit score, but once we get our credit score, what are they going to do to actually repair your credit? Unfortunately, nothing. Until now, TurnScore is the first automated credit repair platform that is simple, safe, and secure. You'll be empowered right from the comfort of your own computer, so you can challenge and repair your credit report to ensure it's fair and accurate. TurnScore is specifically developed with you in mind. There's no more need for an attorney, credit repair companies, or credit counseling. More importantly, no more need for paying higher fees. TurnScore will help you get back on track and get the buying power you need. So whether you have bad credit, average credit, or even good credit, TurnScore is helping turn lives around one credit score at a time. Go to turnscore.com and enter the promo code MSC20 and get $20 off your purchase. That's TURNSCOR.com. TURNSCOR.com. Turnscore.com.
Start to lose your grip, then you come running back to me. You start abusing when you're using. In the meantime, losing. Baby, why don't you let it be? Lights on me, 'cause I can't hear you when you scream. Shut the door, see why you're leaving. Lights on me, that you're fixing, you come running back to me. And there's no doubt it's all been played out. Now I'm on my way out. Baby, why can't you see? Yeah, like talking to me. 'Cause I can't hear you when you're screaming. Shut the door, say why you leaving. Like talking to me, to me, to me, to me, to me. Now you're lying on the pavement. 'Cause you lost the best friend you ever had. Just when I thought you were the distance, you come running back again. Now it's over and you're sober. You're like my four-leaf clover. You're hard to get and hard to find. 'Cause in the meantime, you're leaving me blind. And I can't get you out of my mind. Something's got to give. You're talking to me. 'Cause I can't hear you when you're screaming. Shut the door, say why you leaving. Like you're talking to me, to me, to me, to me, to me. 'Cause I can't hear you when you're screaming. Shut the door, say why you leaving. Like you're talking to me, to me, to me, to me,
Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
I don't think we ever really seen a public execution before, and I think Cleveland should be the first to do it with this guy. To me, this guy should be brought in the middle of downtown Cleveland by a public square, over by where the fountain is, or over where Terminal Tower is, strapped to a flagpole somewhere, and then everybody gets a brick and just throws it at this dude until he dies.
It's Uncensored Net Noise. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the fine people at the FCC for being such f***ing mug. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, guys, we're back. You want to call the show? The number's 888-668-0742. Or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Jump in the chat. I'm in there right now. I got this weird text just a second ago. I have no idea who this person is. The phone number's not even in my phone. The text was, "Hey, bitch." That's all it was. "Hey, bitch." And I said, "Who is this?" And he said, "Gerald." I have no Gerald, so I'm gonna fuck with Gerald here a minute.
I'll do it up.
All right, so sorry, dude. I'm not your bitch. Hold on here. Not your bitch. I really need to learn how to do that swipe thing on this phone. My wife knows how to do it really well. Don't know you. There we go. Don't know you. Thanks. Okay, send. All right, there we go. All right, let's see what kind of response we get back from Gerald here in a few minutes here, though. But we do have the band Kharmuh in studio. We're going to talk to those guys for a little bit and find out what's going on. So what's been going on since the last time we spoke, guys? And get close to those mics, too. please. Go. Who? Yeah. Flip a coin.
We've had a change in membership.
Okay.
Like one half of the band left January, some shit like that. We've since then gotten 3 new members. Jim, who used to be in A Gift for the Unblessed,
right.
Hysteria, 45,000 other bands. And 2 brothers, Brandon and Ryan, who used to be in a band.
Countdown. We've been on the show before.
Okay.
And, just been working on a lot of new stuff, and actually we're in the process of, writing 4 new songs.
Yeah. Okay.
And, gonna start recording soon.
Awesome. Now, Biggiest Dickiest in the chat room said, look at those 2 homos and Chris. Do you know who this Biggiest Dickiest is?
Got a couple ideas.
You got a couple ideas?
A couple.
Okay. All right, so the last time you guys were here, we were discussing, you guys were going to put out a CD at one point. I remember that. And then shit went haywire. And then you guys got the stuff all back to order, and you got the band back together. Everything's working out okay. Now I'm seeing on your Facebook page that you're looking for a female singer, too. So what's up there? Okay.
Well,
that might be your headset. That's all it is.
We also like having that female
Okay.
point of view of things, and having a clean female singer and kind of in vein of like an Epica, Nightwish type of thing to mix with our style would be pretty cool.
All right. So now, do you guys know when your new CD is going to be ready, or maybe at least a couple songs from your new CD is going to be ready?
Oh, we're hoping to start recording soon.
Really? Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, how soon is soon? I mean, when do you think? I mean, are we expecting something, by the end of the summer?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh,
definitely, for sure.
Okay. And now, are you guys going to release it just online, or are you guys going to press CDs too?
We're going to
both, yeah.
Do both?
CDs, yeah.
Okay.
Pushing everybody.
Now, what do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer pressing the CDs, or do you guys prefer digital download?
CDs.
CDs?
Yeah. I still buy CDs to support any band.
Right.
Local bands, I'll still buy their CDs.
Yeah.
A lot of bands are going to the digital download because they feel that, they can get the dollar from them a lot, probably a little bit better than maybe getting the, physical copy of the CD to them, or whatever the case may be. Because they put the songs up there and it's $1 per song, or whatever the case, 99 cents, whatever they charge for the song. Or you can buy the whole album online for whatever the cost of the album is, $15 or something like that, or whatever the case may be, though. And they can just download it. I think I think digital download is the killer of local bands here in Cleveland. Okay, I think, or even any kind of band that's out there, I think it puts the nail in the coffin for all these bands, because now I'm an old school dude. I love having a CD in front of me.
Yep, I agree.
I love flipping through all the artwork
reading the lyrics,
and reading the lyrics of the song and finding out what the fuck did that dude say. Okay, now I know what the dude said, and I can go back and look at the lyrics, and then, or I can look at like all the thank you notes from like who they're thanking and so on and so forth. So then I can go on Facebook and stalk them, and it works out.
What I do,
right? Exactly. So it works out, pretty cool that way. And on top of that, the band gets money from it. Yeah. It also helps the band move forward with what they're wanting to do in their band. Now, on the other flip side of the coin is you have the digital download. Okay, is it convenient for people? Of course it's convenient for people. People can just go to their computer and grab it. But then here's the thing. One person grabs it, then they spread it off to all their little friends, and then everybody's getting it for free.
You can do that with CDs, too.
Exactly. Yeah. But the thing is, though, this way, I get it. I totally get what you're saying. But this way, that the copy is going out to them, with a CD. So that way, okay, we passed out 100 CDs. We know 100 people that have them. So one of these 100 knuckleheads, put it out there online for people to download.
Yeah.
So it kind of helps out in that aspect. But when you become a mainstream band, it's kind of hard to figure out who the 30,000 person was that put that song out there, or
but it's still
whatever.
Getting out there to everybody.
Yeah, but it still gets out there. But I get it though. But I'm the old school type of guy where I want the physical copy of the CD. I want to be able to read the lyrics. I want to be able to see all the artwork on there. And I also want to be able to, find out who the thank yous are. And then you can also see all the tracks along with it, with the names and everything. So, that's the cool thing about it. So, I also notice a lot of local bands are doing this too. They're also going back the old vinyl way too.
Yeah. Actually, I've seen it a little bit too.
There's a company here in Cleveland called Gotta Groove Records here in Cleveland. And they're actually putting out vinyl albums for local bands here in Cleveland. Now you got to pay for them, of course, but the nice thing about it is your album's on a vinyl.
Yeah,
I got a little 45 with my first show on it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So and I'm gonna hang it up in the studio someday whenever I get a chance to get a frame for it. But the nice thing about it is that the old stuff is coming back. The vinyl's coming back. I hope tape doesn't come back because I don't. Tape sucks. Or what is it? 8-track? I don't want that to come back. But vinyl and the CDs. That's I like that. That it's old school stuff. So, but with you guys, with all your transitions throughout the band and everything, what's your goal with the band? What do you guys want to do with Kharmuh? I mean, I know you guys want to get out there and play. You want to get out there to the masses, and you want to start playing with all with everybody out there. But what is your major goal with the band? What do you guys want to do? Where do you see yourselves in 5 years with the band?
Writing some really kick-ass songs,
okay,
and having fun doing it. That's the main thing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, well, we put out the first album, and it's just like, well, I didn't like the, 2 of the songs on there.
Right.
It's just mainly getting a lot of good songs out and having fun with friends.
Right. I get it. Where do you see the band in 5 years? Or what do you want to see with the
tunes? I mean, I want to play in front of a shitload of people.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I mean, I don't care if I make $1,000, $10. I really don't give a shit.
You just like playing music, period.
Yeah, I like being on stage, looking at people, seeing one person on one side of the floor in almost tears listening to you because it hits them that hard, and somebody on the other side of the room kicking somebody's ass because it just gets them going that much.
Right.
Just that mix.
Right.
I love watching that.
Right.
That's just cool.
Now, where's your favorite place to play? Where do you guys like to play?
Oh, jeez.
Well,
I dig Peabody's.
Now, did you hear about Peabody's? What's going on with that?
They're moving.
They're moving. Chris Zitterbart from Peabody's will be on my show next week. We're going to talk about that.
Cool.
So you guys can tune in for the show next Friday night. Chris will be in studio to talk about the move. They're actually moving in October. They're getting out of the old location. Now, can I get the location? I don't know. We'll find out next Friday, though.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm glad you brought up Peabody's, though. There's a lot of stuff at Peabody's that, there's 3 stages there.
Yeah.
You got the main stage and the side stage, and you got upstairs or whatever.
Yeah, the little closet.
So, yeah, exactly. But out of all those places inside Peabody's, where's your favorite? The side stage or the front or the upstairs? What do you guys like?
So far, we've only played main stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've played with
OTEP
twice. All That Remains. And somebody else I can't remember.
Picture Me Broken.
Picture Me Broken.
They were cool to jam with. They were good people.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, we've only played actually coming up next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, we're headlining the Pirates Cove.
Okay.
With Psychosis is playing main stage and everything.
Nice. Okay.
So, we're good friends with those dudes.
Yeah, we had them on the show, actually on our Tuesday show, Project X. They were on the show. They were talking about that show that's coming up, too. So, that's the thing, though. What's some of the local bands you like playing with? I mean, when you go out and you want to have a good time, who's some of the local bands you like dealing with?
Oh, My Given, Ruled by Reason.
Okay.
I love those guys. They're good friends, amazingly talented musicians.
Okay. Yeah. And how about you?
Well, we're gonna play for the first time with Psychosis. We're all good friends with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ruled by Reason, Necros Obscura.
Okay.
Everybody in the scene is actually pretty cool, no matter who it is.
Yeah, I heard about those guys from Necros. They're a bunch of idiots.
Yes, crazy.
Especially that
Eric guy.
Yeah,
that Eric guy.
Tall
He's a freaking idiot,
player
man.
running around with a broken foot and shit.
Right. He likes to come on my show and make people drink great drink, especially black guys. So.
And white guys that think they're black guys.
Right. Exactly.
Well, much like him.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of Mr. Eric, I do have a question for Jude.
Okay.
Okay. Eric told me to ask you about some super group that you made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he wants you to talk about your super group, and I'm not ready to click this link to find out what the super group's about. So, go ahead and fill me in while I'm looking at this super group.
It's pretty much in talks right now,
Okay.
but it's pretty much going to be me on guitar.
Okay.
Paul Howardin III on guitar.
Okay.
Our jumping monkey on bass, meaning Eric.
Okay.
Tim Seal the drummer from Bound by Fate.
Okay.
Possibly Britt, who used to be in Kharmuh with us, is going to be on vocals, and Mike Salisbury is going to be on vocals as well.
Oh, really? Mike from King?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Well, Eric's just playing the backing tracks, right? He's not actually going to be playing bass for real, is he?
Well, he's just going to slap it and
air
there'll be
guitar
a track going through.
Yeah, air bass, basically. Yeah. And okay, so you got a bunch of shows coming up for Kharmuh?
Oh yeah,
a few, yeah,
Okay.
quite a few. He's got the list somewhere around here.
What's some of the shows that you guys got coming up here soon?
Psychosis next weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, Psychosis is next week,
and it's only $5.
Yeah, tickets are $5. That's also with Here Lies Another bunch of dudes that we're really good with and friends with. Mercury Lake,
awesome band.
Shell and Zell, who used to be in Bombshell,
okay,
are in that band. Metal Mafia is the other one on that 25th show. June 15th, we actually just
booked it
confirmed
today
it
or yesterday.
4 hours ago or something
Yeah.
like that. That's at Tequila Jack's.
Okay,
new
which
place
used
out
to be
in
Livewire.
Yeah.
That's with Darling Waste and Atomic Grave.
I heard of Atomic Grave. I never heard any of their music though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't checked them out
I
yet.
have to give them a listen.
I think they've been around the scene for a while.
Yeah, I heard of them, but I never seen them play or heard them. So.
And then July 6th. Yeah, I have to think about it, even though I have the paper right in front of me. Is another Peabody show with Bound by Fate, Demons Within,
Nice.
Something Involving a Monkey, Mercury Lake, and more bands I don't
Okay.
remember off the top of my head. That brings us to August, which is 9th, 10th, 11th. We're not sure which day we're going to be on. Nothing's set right now, but that's going to be Unite CLE.
Yeah.
Put on by JC.
That's going to be where at? Probably the
Probably
Fantasy. I think?
Lakewood,
Yeah,
Fantasy
area. Yeah, that big area in the back.
Yeah, that Lakewood area. Fantasy Theater, Symposium.
Right.
I think the Beachland down the road they did last year.
And I think Peabody's rounded it out. I think that's what it was. I think it started in Lakewood, then it went to Beechwood, and then it stopped at Peabody's. I think it's like a 3-day event or something like that.
Oh yeah. It was insane.
Right.
It was absolutely insane.
So.
And then August 30th, we're gonna have a headline gig at the Foundry.
Okay.
Right now we have Perdition from Erie. I think Erie, somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Good. Another set of dudes that we're good with.
Okay.
More to be announced. I haven't booked any. I'm hopefully going to be getting Kriya Diaz.
So it sounds like you guys are really, 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 really busy this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's probably a good time for you guys to come on the show to talk about some of your shows that you got coming up, though. I know that me and Jude's been talking back and forth to get you guys on the show forever, and conflict with schedules and people coming on and all this other stuff. But I told these guys as soon as I find an opening, that's when I want to put it out there. I said, I need a band for the 17th. I was like, 3, 2, 1. Jude automatically answered it. And I'm like, okay, good. Let's just get him on it. Because I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to do it on the 17th anyways. Because I was looking on your Facebook page and you had a lot of shows going. I'm like, well, I don't know if it's going to work for him. So, but I'm glad you did come on, though.
Yeah.
So it worked out
It's a
pretty
good show. I have no problem coming
So,
on.
You said that you're working on the new CD. You're trying to get all the stuff together for it, though. Is there any videos in the works for any of your songs? You guys working on videos, maybe for one or two of your songs or something like that?
Maybe an idea that's in the air, but nothing that's been solidified.
We've thrown a whole bunch of ideas up.
Okay.
I've seen the videos that like Demons Within have put out, and
thanks to me.
And a whole bunch of those. So actually, thanks to you, we'll probably be hitting you up for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Ron George and myself actually produced that video for Demons Within, and then we put it. Well, Ron did all the editing for it, though. Worked out really well for us. So, yeah, that's another thing here. That I try to do for the bands here in Cleveland. I mean, a lot of the bands don't have the resources that to go out there and make a video, or go out to make a website, or go out to do whatever. That's why we try to offer as much service as we possibly can to the local bands in Cleveland, so that way they can go out, and shine in front of all these people. And because it's always good to at least have at least one or two videos for your band. I mean, it's okay to have some like behind the scenes crap for your band or something like that, but you really got to have some sort of presence on the internet for it. And that comes to my question here. What are you guys doing as far as presence on the internet? I mean, you just have a Facebook and a Twitter, a Reverb Nation. That's probably about it, right? We
have all three of those, and then I did a free website off of Wix.com.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about those. They expire soon. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't last long. So, I mean, just to give you an idea, maybe you might want to look into maybe getting a website of your own, too. They're very inexpensive. I'm telling you. I built Demons' website. I built Morality Checks' website. I built a few other local bands here in Cleveland. I didn't charge them a whole lot of money for them. So, a website is where you guys need to be, because this way it will show and have a showcase of all your stuff that you're doing up there with your pictures and your gigs and everything like that. Instead of sending them to Facebook, send them to your website.
Yeah.
So that way they can look at your stuff on the website, because everything is so saturated on the internet with Facebook and Reverb Nation. There's probably millions of bands on Reverb Nation, and you're one of the million that are on there. How many people actually look for you guys in particular? Or how many times do you guys get stumbled across on Reverb Nation? Not rarely. You do, So that's why it's always, when you go out to the masses, you have a business card saying, "We're Kharmuh."
Yeah.
And then you
We're
hand
actually
them.
working on those.
We're
right
working
now.
on that right
Right.
now.
So that way people can find you guys on your website and that. So
yeah.
So that's one little aspect of it, though. But I'm glad that you guys didn't fall apart. I'm glad that you guys were able to keep it all together and work on things.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah, I know. I get it. And it's always hard for local bands here in Cleveland, especially when some band members have 9-to-5 jobs and they have to pull out for some reason, or you got conflict of interest with one band member and another band member and so on and so forth, and or this one doesn't like playing with this one, and this one, or this person doesn't like playing at this club, or vice versa, whatever. But there's always going to be some sort of drama in a band.
Oh yeah. And
you can't really do anything about it, though. You're going to always have it. So, but I'm glad that you guys were able to stick it together and keep everything going. And I'm hoping you guys do some big things this summer.
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking for shows. I mean, I literally do troll Facebook and all that, and that's how we've gotten a whole bunch of shows. Mm-hmm. Is I sit there and I troll through Facebook, and all of a sudden it says, kind of like I did with the show tonight.
Right.
It's just like, I sat there and I see, needed opener for OTEP. That was our first show back.
Right.
Back on April 4th.
Right.
Was with OTEP, and we were, we didn't sell that many tickets. We sold a decent amount.
We were still on main stage.
And we opened the main stage.
Nice.
And it wasn't like you open main stage and there's like, two people sitting there.
No, it was a packed house,
the entire...
It's a nice thing about it.
We pulled people out of the entire club and pulled them into the main stage there, and everybody was watching. We got roses.
Really?
Out of nowhere. Two girls on the opposite side. I'm on stage left, whatever. Stage right, whatever.
Right.
Two girls there's roses being handed up. I'm packing up my gear. I look over, there's roses. I'm like, what the fuck are roses? It's a metal show.
Right. Right.
Weird
things can happen at a show, man. So just take it with a grain of salt, I guess. And be happy that you at least got a rose from your show. So it kind of worked out really good.
It was also cool looking out and seeing this
right, exactly
type of thing.
Right.
Just like, that's cool.
Who is some of your guys' influence? We'll start with you.
Steve Vai.
Okay, what about you?
Korn.
Korn
was a big one for me to get a 7-string guitar. So
yeah. And if you guys had a chance to play with any band at all, who would it be and why? Start with you.
Ooh, Opeth.
Okay. What about you?
I'm gonna have to say Korn.
Korn?
Yeah.
Okay, why Korn?
Well, other than being the main influence for, I mean, they did start the genre of nu metal,
Right.
But Head's back in the band, and that's garnering a lot of attention. And they just garner a whole lot of attention as it is.
Okay.
And, they're just an awesome live show. So, like, one of the main things for us to, be on a show is to see the main act and everything.
Right.
And just to share the same stage with like somebody like Korn or Opeth or anybody, it would be absolutely awesome.
Right. How about you with Opeth? With why would you want to play with those guys and give me a reason?
Their music is just nuts.
Right.
And they can go from completely romantic, elegant, beautiful music to just beat your face in metal in a matter of like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And they do it with talent. It's not just slapped together. It's done right.
Yeah. And that's something that you don't find today.
No,
I mean, in music, because like you said, it's rare. You barely see it anymore. A lot of bands just go out there and try to, be like
like everybody else.
Right.
Exactly. I hate to say it wrong and sound bad, but
right. But it's true. But it's true. But it is true though. You have to come out with your own stage presence. You have to come out with your own sound.
Yeah.
And that's something that a lot of bands don't realize, and it's something that kind of gets me. Like when I hear and I'm not going to mention any local bands' names, but when I hear a local band, especially a metal band in Cleveland or whatever the case may be, and then I listen to another metal band, I'm like, fuck, did they work together?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I've noticed that a lot.
That.
I'm from New Jersey, so like, not everybody sounded alike there. I mean, it was a little.
I'm wondering if it's just like a Midwest thing, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like. Like the sound of like the West Coast is, and then you got the sound of the Midwest, and then I'm wondering if the Midwest is just it has its own sound, and they're just trying to stay with that. And dude, they need to do something different.
Everybody's just trying to be as popular as that, than the band next to them.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, it's cool. They sound good. Bands having fun and crap, but sound different.
Right.
Have fun with it.
Exactly.
Be original. If you fail, you fail. You tried.
Exactly. And it's one thing that I have to say about some of the local bands here in Cleveland is that there are a lot here in Cleveland that really have the stage presence and they have the talent to actually do what they're doing. There's some local bands here in Cleveland. I'm not mentioning any names at all. Oh my God, they need some serious waking up. They need to wake up and just start all over again because their stage presence sucks. The sound is horrible, and it's not. You can't blame it on the sound guy because
not always the sound guy.
It's not always the sound guy, and everybody always says the same thing. Oh, it was the sound guy. No, it's not. It was you. You guys fucked up. Just sack it up, man, and just do better next time or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean that's one thing that I'll say about that is that, but a lot of local bands in Cleveland, they know how to bounce back.
Yeah.
From different things, and you guys are proof that you guys can bounce back from diversity in the band and make things happen, and I hope to see that you guys come out on top this summer, and maybe you can come back in the fall or whatever and let me know what was going on with the band and throughout the summertime, and maybe you'll have a full steady lineup with your band and everything. Like I said, with the girl singer that you guys are looking for or whatever the case may be. I think that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
Because you don't see a whole lot of metal bands out there with a metal, the metal singer is a female.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of metal bands out there that are female too.
Yeah.
So
Kitty.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but
arch enemy.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they do a hell of a job with it.
Yeah.
So. I just, like I said, I wish you guys the best of luck, and I hope you guys are able to do a lot of things. But we're going to take a break real quick. We're going to have more with the guys when we come back, and we're going to talk to them and everything. And there was a question in the chat too. Why are there ads popping up during the broadcast? Well, talk to Ustream about that. That's not us. All right, we don't control the stream. Ustream does that. I guess they want you to buy a subscription or something like that. So just talk to Ustream about that, and then tell them that you don't like it, and kiss your balls. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get more with the guys.
All
right, we'll be right back.
Uncensored Net Noise.
Every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on Morning Show Central Radio Network.
MorningShowCentral.com. Got time on your hands?
Oh, fuck! Ow! Ow! Oh! Ow!
What?
Oh, ow!
Send us an email. Hit the Contact Us page on MorningShowCentral.com. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at MorningShowCentral.com. Call the show toll-free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out.
Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now.
This is President Barack Obama, and you're listening to MSC Radio Network.
Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. Got time on your hands?
Oh, fuck! Ow! Ow! Oh! Ow!
What?
Oh, ow!
Send us an email. Hit the Contact Us page on MorningShowCentral.com. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com. There's more to life than mindless entertainment. You'll find out right after our show. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. It's Uncensored Net Noise. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise. Live on MorningShowCentral.com. If you'd like to call the show, 1-888-668-0742.
I know, oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more. I can almost taste Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
The following message is for those with a credit score of 800 and below. Who wouldn't want better credit? Did you ever wonder how different life would be from just having a higher credit score? Are you tired of being turned down for any kind of loan or only offered high interest rates because your credit score is holding you prisoner? Life doesn't have to be that way anymore with access to TurnScore. By increasing your credit score only 50 to 100 points, it can potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars in interest over just a 5 to 10 year period. It can be the difference in getting approved for a personal loan, business loan, high limits on credit cards, a brand new car lease, or even a home mortgage. We see so many ads from companies that give us our credit score, but once we get our credit score, what are they going to do to actually repair your credit? Unfortunately, nothing. Until now, TurnScore is the first automated credit repair platform that is simple, safe, and secure. You'll be empowered right from the comfort of your own computer, so you can challenge and repair your credit report to ensure it's fair and accurate. TurnScore is specifically developed with you in mind. There's no more need for an attorney, credit repair companies, or credit counseling. More importantly, no more need for paying higher fees. TurnScore will help you get back on track and get the buying power you need. So whether you have bad credit, average credit, or even good credit, TurnScore is helping turn lives around one credit score at a time. Go to turnscore.com and enter the promo code MSC20 and get $20 off your purchase. That's TURNSCOR.com. TURNSCOR.com. Turnscore.com. Previously on Uncensored Net Noise.
A lot of stuff going on in the news, man. A lot of stuff, man. Especially here in Cleveland, man. Cleveland just made, like, international news. Like, it's crazy. All this. I'll get into it a little bit when we go live here. I can't believe we had Anderson Cooper in Cleveland doing a live remote. I can't believe that. That's crazy.
If you play the tape of our show backwards, you'll discover a secret message. Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, we're back. You want to call the show, the number is 888-668-0742. Or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. I got a few more questions for the guys, and then we're going to get into some news here. I'm going to wrap up the show for the night. Plus, I got to make a phone call to Dom to find out if he's not dead at Rocket the Range. So, he's been complaining that his foot hurts or something like that. I don't know what it is. But I think it's more than that, though. If you missed any part of the show, go to our website, uncensorednetnoise.com. There you'll be able to find all the archives of all the shows that we've done. Or on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/uncensorednetnoise. Or like us on Facebook, facebook.com/uncensorednetnoise. And give us a like. All right. Before break, I said I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about, the band and everything. So let me I'm going to let you guys go ahead and plug what you guys got first, so that way we can get that out of the way. So if they want to find you guys, how would they find you?
Right now it's www.facebook.com/Kharmuh official page. Kharmuh is spelled the phonetic way because I can. KHARMUH.
Okay. And if they... Now, you said new music coming out soon, maybe by the end of the summer? Maybe?
If not earlier.
Okay.
Oh, we should have some earlier.
Okay, cool. And are you working with a place right now to get your music, or are you guys doing it all on your own?
Studio-wise?
Yeah, studio-wise.
Yeah, we got a couple possibilities, but we're leaning towards one.
Okay.
So.
All right. Live shows coming up. You got a ton of them, you said?
Yeah, we got 6 or 7 right now.
All right. So they're all found on Facebook, too?
Yeah.
So you can go to their Facebook and find out all the information for the shows, too. All right. So here's my other couple of questions, and we'll get into news, though. Now, I asked you guys about your 5-year goal for your band. What do you guys want to see for this summer? What is your goal for this summer?
Got a couple songs done, if not the whole album. I mean, we're close to having almost a full album right now.
Okay.
And just having fun doing, getting out, doing some decent. These shows coming up are going to be, pretty kick-ass with all these, Cleveland local juggernauts.
Right.
And like I said, have fun, keep writing music, and keep going. For me, anyway.
Right. How about you?
I just don't want to get dead.
Okay.
Simple as that. I want to play.
If there's any place in the world, my final question, any place in the world that you want to play, where would it be and why?
Oh Jesus. The whiskey.
The whiskey?
The whiskey, because everybody plays there.
Where's that at?
Isn't that California?
I think so.
Yeah.
L.A.
Maybe.
Somewhere in that area.
Sounds like it. About you?
Madison Square Garden.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's every big band has played there, and it's just phenomenal. And the acoustics would probably rock.
Now, what about some? Now, you guys being into the metal genre, you know,
he thinks we're metal.
Well, sort of like in the
progressive polka.
Well,
yes, with a little bit of ska.
Okay. Well, then it's not going to work for you then.
No, probably not.
But what about these overseas like shows that go on? These little like
the big festivals.
Yeah, the big festivals. What about those? You guys want to play any of those?
Love to be involved in stuff like that.
Right. So,
but money makes that tough.
Right.
Flying
Exactly.
over there, flying equipment,
bringing
it's
gear.
a lot of money.
Do you guys want? Or now, I've asked this question to you guys. I think the last time, but I'm going to ask you guys now. Would you guys want to be signed to a label, or would you guys want to just be on your own and do your own thing?
Oh, that's good and bad both ways.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, with a label, you get, you have to pay back everything that they give you, and then you're pretty much like fighting for table scraps.
Yeah.
If you're on the road. But not being on one is pretty much the same thing. We're just paying for everything.
Struggle, yeah. Either way,
for everything all ourselves.
Yeah. It's kind of rough, though. I mean, I've seen a lot of bands that really want to go in that direction of being signed, and they go, now they get to that point and they're signed. Then they come back and go, I want to be unsigned now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why do you want to be unsigned now? Well, because we're not getting anything out of it. I'm like, well, you weren't getting anything out of it being unsigned. Neither. Yeah. So, I mean, but now we're further in debt.
And you belong to somebody.
And you belong to somebody now, and all your shit belongs to them too.
Yeah.
So, and you got to you only get like 10% or 20% of whatever you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I get the whole. That's why there was a question on Facebook. Somebody posted something saying that like all the major record labels out there in the United States, they pay these radio stations to play their music. Okay. And I seen that, and I go, well, we're not major, but we're a radio station locally here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
We don't get paid by the record labels. We don't want to get paid by the record labels because we don't want to have the record labels telling us what we need to play.
The same song 80,000
exactly.
fucking times.
I don't want to hear the same top 40 song every fucking 5 minutes on my station.
Yep.
This way, if I choose to play Kharmuh on my station, I can play that. I can play you guys on my station. If I want to play Necros on my station, I can do that. Demons Within, Morality Check, whoever, 3SO, all those guys. If I want to play any band that I want, I should be able to do that. It's my station. I can do what the hell I want. If I want to play polka music on my station for 6 hours, I can do that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm thinking about doing that too.
Do it. Please do it.
I'm thinking about playing polka music. Like
Cue it up on us leaving here or something. That would kick ass.
Just play polka music for fucking 36 hours straight.
Oh my God,
that'd be great. But yeah, that's the thing though, is that there's a lot of like, I guess, political stuff involved with being with a label.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks though.
Yeah.
So, but
well, we know a couple bands that are involved with, I don't know what kind of labels you'd call them, but they're not really getting anything out of it.
No, they're not.
What we've seen.
They get a few
they're
shows
still
in there.
practicing
Right.
locally. They're still paying for everything on their own, from what we could tell.
Right.
Yeah.
And their merch is being paid by them.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Nice merch though.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
Quality merch.
Yeah, they might have the artist of the label maybe have a nice little 7-year-old in their back pocket to put together something on Photoshop for them and then send it to to the band. But that's about it though.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's not really helping the band too much anyways, because they may give them a few different gigs to play or something like that, or at a show or something like that. But you guys can do that on your own.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's the other thing too. I just hope you guys are not going to just saturate Cleveland. You're going to play out in different places this summer as well too.
Oh yeah. No, we're hoping to. Yeah.
Right. So. That's the thing I've been seeing a lot with some of the local bands. They'll play one week at Peabody's, and the next week they'll play at the Fantasy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, didn't I just see you there?
Yeah.
I just seen you guys there. play out there in Akron or something, or play out there in Columbus or whatever the case may be, or go further out, Chicago or something like that, or Detroit or something like that. Just don't get mugged, though.
Yeah.
So, right.
Well, same thing in Cleveland.
Or
Cleveland's not that bad.
Or wait a minute.
We're just going to get hidden away for 10 years.
Or you can go to a business in Detroit. It's called Big C's Tire Shop, and he'll pay you in crack.
Woohoo! Really?
Oh, yeah, he'll pay you in crack. So if you go out there and mow his grass, he'll pay you in one rock. Okay.
Nice. Does he have a big lot? I mean, is it a lot of grass?
If there's a bunch of tires, he has a bunch of tires that needs to be moved around, he'll pay you in one, and it gives you 2 crack rocks.
Where do you have this information? This is just amazing.
It's right here. It's right here. Big
like
C's
it.
Tire Shop, man. Federal investigation into counterfeit checks at Big C's Tire Shop in Detroit leads to shocking discovery. And I just mentioned it. Federal investigators busted a Detroit business paying workers not with cash, but with crack cocaine.
Nice.
Okay. It started as a counterfeit case, but the investigators say they found much more at Big C's Tire Shop on Detroit's east side. At the first local Detroit business hiring workers, but they caught up with the guy, and they found out that this guy, in order for them to get their paycheck, he doesn't pay him in cash. He gives them a crack rock. He hires crackheads to do the work, so that way they don't ask for money. They get paid in dope, basically. So his response,
he's on to something here with this.
His response, I love his response. He said, and I'm not making this shit up though. He goes, "It saved my business. This is saving my business." He said, "I have so much money going out in different areas of my business, buying new tires and new lifts and everything else." He said, "I'll just hire crackheads because crack is cheap." And he can buy crack and pay his workers with crack rocks.
What kind of crack is he getting?
I don't know, but evidently it's cheap.
Crack.
Hey, it doesn't matter to these workers that work for him.
True, crack is crack.
Right, exactly. Look at Whitney Houston, for God's sake. She died from crack, or allegedly died from crack. But the guy's got a pretty good business philosophy here. Pay his workers in crack. And
I need new tires, actually. I might get a hold of that guy.
Yeah, if you need new tires, go to Big C's Tire Shop. He's located in Detroit.
It's a hell of a drive to buy tires.
Right, exactly.
If I can buy them with crack, it'd be worth it.
Right.
We can send Eric. Eric will go do it for us.
He's got new and used tires up to 28 inches. Whatever that means. And he's got a $5...
Anyway.
$5 plug. He charges $5 a plug tires. And he's open 7 days a week.
Nice, even on Sundays.
Even on
That's
Sundays.
a model citizen right there.
There you go. So, Big C's Tire Shop in Detroit. Get him as a fucking sponsor. Do you think people in Ohio are rude?
Yes.
How about here in Cleveland? Do you think they're rude in Cleveland?
People actually knew how to use their blinkers to be fucking phenomenal.
It's not so much rude as, I hate to say it, but just idiots.
Okay. Do you think... Okay, do you think we use a lot of cuss words here in Ohio?
Not fucking really.
Well, evidently there's a study that was made on Forbes.com. They said a recent study by this institute did some sort of like a call mining technology type thing where they listen to phone calls and so on and so forth from different companies out there, and they said that Ohio was the #1 place that people are very vulgar on the phone and were very, very rude to people. Fuck you. All right. So we're first place. We're #1 in that.
We're doing something right.
Okay, we're doing something right. So we have a shitty-ass baseball team. We have a shitty-ass football team.
We need to pay the baseball team in crack.
And a fucked-up basketball team. And but we're #1 with using cuss words.
Yes.
Yes.
That's something to be proud of.
It is something to be proud of, too.
That's pretty fucking cool.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though.
Watch what you fucking say.
The whole thing I have a problem with is that, everybody has problems right now. Okay? You got people calling you, bill collectors, you got all kinds of idiots calling your house or whatever the case may be, trying to sell you something or
crack.
Yeah, that. Or you got all these telemarketers trying to sell you DirecTV or something like that, you know? Oh, we'll save you this much money on your car insurance, or if you switch to whatever, you know?
I saved by not paying it.
Right, exactly. So, but here's my whole thing with it, is that's the problem. When people call, you know, especially these creditors, and you tell, or not even creditors, but these telemarketers, they call and you tell them, look, just take me, you're nice at first, you go, take me off your list. Mm-hmm. And 15 fucking minutes later, you got to do another person calling you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Saying the same exact thing, but it's a different person from the same company. Like right now, I got this person calling my wife all the time saying, would you like to attend college? Would you like to go back to college? My wife politely said, no, take me off the list. I'm on the national do not call list. Don't call here ever again. Fucking 15 minutes later, the dude calls back. Honey, would you take this phone call? Of course I'll take the phone call.
Why not?
I took the phone call, started at, yeah, sure. How much is the course? And this, that, and the other. And asking him all these questions and stuff like, oh, I'm glad that you want to get involved with the course and everything. It's going to cost you, X amount of dollars, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Thanks. Sign me up. That's awesome, dude. Send me the paperwork. I'll sign on the dotted line. And then at the very last minute, I tell him to go fuck off.
Good.
I waste his time. So that way he's not, I'm on the phone with him for 30 minutes, but he's not calling anybody else.
Yeah, because he gets paid per call.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So I just fucked up 30 minutes of his time, and he's not going to get paid.
Yeah.
So it's great, though. So, but yeah, I'll take this whole thing with an honor.
Yeah.
The Forbes.com, yeah, give us the number one cuss award. I don't care what you want to do.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Uncensored Net Noise, you're on the air. What's up?
God fucking damn it! I don't believe that report.
You don't believe that fucking report? I do.
I don't believe that fucking report in Ohio, and they're the worst cussers.
Well, we are, I guess.
Oh, fuck it. Hey, it's Eric from Necros.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, what's up? Just I want to say hi to the guys, and I was gonna fuck with them, but nah, I figure I'll just fucking cuss online to prove that point.
Not good. According to 300 conversations, Ohioans swore every 150 at every 150 conversations. So out of 300 conversations, we swore 150 times.
Okay.
We could do better than that.
We can do a little better.
We can do a lot more than that.
We can do a little better than that. So,
I think maybe 100 of them were me and him talking to each other.
Right.
That's just
No. We are very polite. Model A citizens.
They said the Ohio State slogan was the heart of it all at one point. John, whatever the fuck his name is, vice president of the guy that took the study, one could argue this data adds an extra layer of the meaning of that. The heart of it all, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But they also found that 66% of the conversation involving swearing came from calls placed by men. Well, of course. Especially when you're calling me at 8 o'clock in the morning wanting to fucking change my DirecTV.
Or having to drive somewhere while taking a shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I hate that. You're in the bathroom and your cell phone rings.
Oh, I love that. That's the best time.
He's perfect for those.
And your cell phone is in the other room, and you don't grab it. So then you hurry up, clean up real quick, and you go in there and answer the phone, and it's a fucking telemarketer. You think it's something important because they call back like religiously 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
So it's to me it's like it's really really messed up though. I got another story here about zombies.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh god.
This happened in California. A young transient who stole a tractor trailer caused a big interstate accident. Okay, in California. It wasn't because he was drunk, or it wasn't because he was smoking a lot of crack.
I was thinking crack, actually.
Well,
that was my first thought.
It was heroin.
Okay.
Big difference.
And he was hallucinating. Okay. And while he was driving the stolen semi-truck, he was hallucinating that zombies were on the back of it trying to kill him. That's why he caused the big pileup on Interstate 19 in California. So he was driving down the road, looked in his rearview mirror, thought he saw zombies trying to crawl toward the front of the cab to kill him. It all stems because he was high on heroin.
Well,
So, the police on the scene said that he caused close to maybe $50,000 worth of damage on the highway.
Holy hell.
Okay. And also said that he has warrants for his arrest in Tennessee. On top of that,
He got away from the zombies in Tennessee, I take it.
well, then he went to California to see more zombies, and he got fucked up or whatever. I guess he was under the influence of a substance that made him hallucinate. It wasn't beer; it was heroin. And I guess he collided with a Toyota Tacoma. The Tacoma collided with a Toyota 4Runner. You see a trend here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then it collided into a Mercedes Benz.
The Benz stopped the
And
accident.
the Benz stopped everything.
Go figure that out.
Okay, so that's where the $50,000 came into play.
Yeah,
okay?
the Benz.
Right, exactly. Because the two fucking Toyotas don't cost shit.
Well, did they have a full tank of gas?
They might have
I mean,
been.
that could have been a couple $100 right there.
Yeah, that's true too. The person in the Tacoma was seriously injured.
Yeah, he was in Tacoma. Go figure.
Oh wait, it hit a Ford Taurus too, and a Honda.
The Ford was on the road? Now that's a surprise.
A Ford Taurus and a Honda Accord also was hit too in this accident too, and they were taken to area hospitals. Well, this guy now is in jail right now. He's facing charges. Hasn't posted his bail yet, and he tried to reach out to his family, and his family told him basically, "Go fuck off.
Nice.
We're not going to help you." So. I did tell a story in the beginning of the show about poop, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have another story about poop.
Yay.
Woohoo! Okay. A 19-year-old man. Okay. When did you move out of your house? When you were a kid? What age was it?
I don't even remember. It was a long time ago.
What
though.
age?
I think I was 21.
Or 21
maybe.
or something like
Yeah.
that?
20s,
Okay.
somewhere in there, yeah.
Okay. About 19, 20, right? Somewhere. It's about a good
Give
age.
or take, yeah.
Yeah, to move out of a house. Well, this kid was 19. Okay. A 19-year-old man was living at home with his father, his 89-year-old father. Okay. He told him.
Wow, what a difference right there to begin with.
Well, yeah, he was old. Actually, 72-year-old. 72-year-old. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's a little better.
72-year-old.
Still old, but it's a little better.
72-year-old father. Okay, so he was at home living with his dad. His dad told him, "Get out, get a job." Okay, that's basic
Reasonable
parenting,
thing.
right?
Heard that, yes.
I heard that too from my parents too. Get out and get a job. After a few months, the kid didn't find a job. The father said, "Well, I'm going to evict you. You're going to be out of my house soon." So he called the sheriff. The sheriff was called and told, he got in the eviction notice and gave it to his son, said, "You need to get out." Well, his son decided, in his infinite wisdom, that it would be smart to take a shit on his front porch as a cop was arresting him.
Nice.
I was wondering where this was leading back to shit.
Okay. So the cop didn't want to touch the kid because it was actually going up his back. Because he actually had no clothes on when this was happening. He stripped down to his skivvies and took a shit right on his 72-year-old father's house, on his front porch. The cop,
well, ain't that some shit?
in here,
right
the cop said he kind of chuckled at first when he saw this. Didn't know what to think of it at first, but then he thought, well, this is getting kind of serious now, and I'm going to have to do something.
Yes.
What they do what they did, the next step they did was, since the kid was 19 years old, the cops asked the father, would it be okay if we took the garden hose to your son? So they took the garden hose, sprayed him off, threw him in the back of the cop car, took his ass to jail.
Okay.
Got him off. They charged him with indecent exposure and failure to comply with the cop, basically. It's 2 misdemeanors.
Yeah.
He'll be out in a few hours.
Yeah.
But he learned his lesson. The moral of the story is the kid's moved out the next day. He's living with family right now, family right now.
Was he? So they hosed him off.
Yeah, and they threw him in the back of the cop car.
Did they have him put clothes back on?
No, they probably threw a towel on him.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's going to jail.
He's going to jail anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Have fun, buddy.
You ever rob a bank?
Yeah, I do that daily.
You ever rob a bank? Or you ever want to rob a bank?
You're going to give us tips?
No.
Hypothetically, yes.
Have you ever thought of a way to rob a bank, a really sinister way to rob a bank, and thinking, well, I can really get away with it, right?
I don't want to agree to that, 'cause if I do it later in life, they're going to come back to this.
How about spaghetti sauce cans? Would you try to rob a bank with a spaghetti sauce can?
Depends on the
Spaghetti
sauce.
sauce can.
Yeah. Police identified a 430-pound woman. Damn! I said, yes, 430 pounds.
Okie dokie.
She pretended to have 2 cans of spaghetti sauce, and she said that they were bombs. She walked into a South Michigan bank, presented the 2 spaghetti cans wrapped up in tape. Okay. Set them on the counter. And this woman's 53 years old, too. Her name's Ophelia.
Big shocker there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's
she's facing bank robbery charges and explosive charges in a Saturday afternoon Fifth Third Bank branch heist. Okay. It's 15 miles northeast of Detroit.
Well, now we know what bank it'll work at. We can go to Big C's crack shop or whatever that is. We can get him to help.
She was also...
And get tires, too.
She also had prior charges of marijuana and fraud. Here's the thing. She's still still at large.
Duh.
So this 430-pound woman is running around Michigan right now.
I really don't think she's running, honestly.
If you start feeling tremors, you know it's her.
Break a leg and gravy pours out.
Right, and you need to hide someplace because either your house is going to crumble to the ground or she's going to fucking flatten you and sit on you. But yeah, she's still at large right now, and the police are out there looking for her right now as we speak.
Did they find out what kind of spaghetti sauce it was?
Probably Hunt's or something. Who knows?
Yeah, that's important to me.
Right.
I need to know these
Prego,
things.
it's in there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take our last break of the night, and then we're going to wrap up the show. You're listening to Uncensored Net Noise on MorningShowCentral.com.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Don't touch that mouse, or we'll come to your home and pistol whip you. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Right here on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hey, this is Steve Snyder from Twisted Sister, and you're listening to Uncensored Net Noise.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
You want a date?
I'm gonna puke on you.
Gee, I don't think I have a price for that.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Right here on MorningShowCentral.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at MorningShowCentral.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. Call Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Oh, wow. Language. Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Check out Uncensored Net Noise every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise on morningshowcentral.com.
Oh, great. Not another Farmville request.
Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Morning Show Central.
Denying one Farmville request at a time.
Prepare to get your cock rocked to kingdom come.
Welcome back to the show that doesn't discriminate.
We'll bang everyone equally.
You can handle that? You got a job.
It's Uncensored Net Noise.
It's Uncensored Net Noise.
Welcome back to Uncensored Net Noise.
Live on morningshowcentral.com. If you'd like to call the show,
1-888-668-0742.
I know, oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town,
look no further.
Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you.
Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more.
And almost taste Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/Burrito Crazy.
And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal.
It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
The following message is for those with a credit score of 800 and below.
Who wouldn't want better credit? Did you ever wonder how different life would be from just having a higher credit score? Are you tired of being turned down for any kind of loan or only offered high interest rates because your credit score is holding you prisoner? Life doesn't have to be that way anymore with access to TurnScore. By increasing your credit score only 50 to 100 points, it can potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars in interest over just a 5 to 10 year period. It can be the difference in getting approved for a personal loan, business loan, high limits on credit cards, a brand new car lease, or even a home mortgage. We see so many ads from companies that give us our credit score, but once we get our credit score, what are they going to do to actually repair your credit? Unfortunately, nothing. Until now, TurnScore is the first automated credit repair platform that is simple, safe, and secure. You'll be empowered right from the comfort of your own computer, so you can challenge and repair your credit report to ensure it's fair and accurate. TurnScore is specifically developed with you in mind. There's no more need for an attorney, credit repair companies, or credit counseling. More importantly, no more need for paying higher fees. TurnScore will help you get back on track and get the buying power you need. So whether you have bad credit, average credit, or even good credit, TurnScore is helping turn lives around one credit score at a time. Go to turnscore.com and enter the promo code MSC20 and get $20 off your purchase. That's TURNSCOR.com. TURNSCOR.com. Turnscore.com. on Uncensored Net Noise.
Why clean a harpoon gun when, load it in your house? I mean, and then what do you say to your wife afterward? Do you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey, for shooting you in the face"? That's like, our vice president we had. He went duck hunting and shot that dude in the face with his shotgun. I mean, how do you explain that to your wife? I'm sorry? Dude, if I was the woman, I would say, you know what? Divorce. That's it. I'm done.
It's the best thing to come out of a box.
Come out of a box.
Since Jessica Alba was born.
Oh, it's so delicious I can almost taste it. Taste.
Uncensored Net Noise.
All right, we're back. You want to call the show? The number's 888-668-0742. Or get to the website, morningshowcentral.com. Jump in the chat. I'm in there right now. Miss any part of the show, go to our website, uncensorednetnoise.com. There you'll be able to find all the shows that we did in the past, including this one. This show will be up sometime in the afternoon tomorrow. Whenever the hell I get up, I guess. You can go to our YouTube account, youtube.com/uncensored net noise, and subscribe to it. That'd be your best bet to do if you're listening to the show and you're going to be a regular listener of Uncensored Net Noise, is to hit the little subscribe button on the YouTube channel. This way it will shoot you an email when the new show is ready to go, and you can watch it from there if you want to, I guess. Same thing with the website, too. If you sign up to uncensorednetnoise.com, we'll send out periodically, not all the time, but every now and again, whenever I feel like doing something, a mass email talking about the show, what's going on, who we're going to have on as guests, and so on and so forth. You can stay up to date what's going on with us. Got a new face in the studio. I never seen this gentleman before in my entire life. I lied, I did. I seen him in the green room. But we do have Brandon from Kharmuh studio. We're going to talk to him for a little bit. So what's going on?
Nothing much. Just chilling, drinking some cocaine energy drink right here.
And how long you been with the band?
Ooh, I would have to say...
Get a little closer to the mic.
4 to 5 months.
4 or 5 months. And what do you think of the band so far?
I like it.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Have you played in other bands?
Oh, yes.
Okay, what other bands have you played in?
Well, I've tried out for numerous bands, and I get in, and then I guess I'm just kind of lame. So then,
really?
Yeah, then they just get rid of me.
That's kind of dumb. Why would they do something like that?
You live and learn, so now I know what I have to do. And
right.
So.
How old are you?
27.
Yeah, you're still young. You'll learn. You got the old guys with you now, so you'll be fine.
My mentors.
Right, exactly. So, as far as the band goes, I mean, some of the shows that they played out so far, what do you think so far with the with some of the shows they've done so far?
They're good. I mean, I've played at Peabody's. I like Peabody's. I like playing on main stage. I've not done the Pirates Cove. I'm looking forward to that. We're headlining that one.
Okay.
Foundry. Well, we haven't played that, but I've played that one. I really like that stage. My dream stage, it's kind of a small dream, but I like to play the Cambridge Room. It's in the House of Blues.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks like a nice environment. I've seen a couple bands there, and it's like very intimate. I like it.
Right. Yeah. Comment in the chat room says there was a comment in the chat room says, yeah, you have to tell the vocalist to get closer to the microphone.
Who is that?
Well, I'll keep his name, private for right now, though.
Right.
But I'll tell you after the show. Though. It's kind of funny when I saw it too. Like you got to tell the vocalist to get closer. All right. So the band itself, though, where do you see yourself in 5 years with the band?
Hopefully, touring with bands that I really like.
Well, who's some of the bands you like?
Well, I like Five Finger Death Punch, Korn.
Okay.
Just like the big bands out there.
Okay.
Just want to share the stage with them. Killswitch Engage. They pretty much are like my inspiration.
Okay. Now, out of all the venues that you could play at, where would be the venue that you would want to play anywhere in the world, what would it be and why?
Not really too familiar with a lot of stages, but I would definitely like to play overseas.
Okay. The festivals?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, that's what I was thinking, though, because you guys would probably fit really good in those festivals.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It's like a swarm of metalheads out there.
Exactly. And I think you would do really, really well in those festivals. So, I mean, I would really look into something like that, too. You know, I don't think it would be, you know what, to be honest with you, I don't think it would be really that hard, especially if you get on with a band, like a mainstream band, you know, and they would probably take you the entire ride of their tour. So, and they'll pay for everything. So, if you can find a band that you can jump on their coattails and just go, I think that would be great, though, you know, for you guys. Plus your exposure would be awesome too.
Right.
Now, what do you feel about this summer with all the shows that are coming up?
Looking really, I can't wait to play them. I really want to play like outside the most.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can ever like find good venues outside,
okay,
that's like what I really like is to play outside.
Okay,
I'd like to play like in the flats at like Nautica.
You don't want to smell anybody else's armpits.
Yeah,
basically, you want to be outside. That's what you want to be. All right, cool.
Unless he's downwind,
exactly,
or upwind,
right?
Whatever the hell it would be.
Right. So, all right, I'm going to ask you this real quick, though, this last question, and then we're going to get into this last story here. I'll let you chime in on this story, too. When you got into this band, or any band that you played, what do you think of the Cleveland music scene as a whole right now? You've been into a bunch of bands, you said, so far. How do you feel about the Cleveland music scene so far?
Well, to me, it's just one big family. Like, everyone helps each other out. I mean, there are some bands that kind of talk mess. Ooh, the mic.
Yeah.
It's a good
some
thing,
bands
Brandon.
like talk smack about each other, but I mean, honestly, I just want to play shows.
Okay.
But it's just basically like a big family, and I like that. I like everyone to like support each other.
Right. Okay, that's cool though. All right, I said that was my final question, but I do have one more though.
Uh-oh.
All right, what do you think of your fellow bandmates so far? Let's start with Jude, since he's sitting next to you right now. What do you think of him right now?
Jude's a good guy.
Yeah,
He's
you're saying.
quiet.
Are you just saying that because he's sitting next to you?
No, he's fine.
Because there's a knife like right there by your side, ready to stick you.
His third arm. Wait.
All right. Okay. What do you think of this guy
Not
here?
this time.
Who's over there? Oh, guy. I've known this guy for a long time, so he's definitely a good guy.
Okay.
I don't like his farts, though. They kind of smell bad.
Okay, well, I experienced it at break. So
Yeah.
we were outside, and he
I was outside.
Why would you do that?
Outside, we keep a can of Febreze in
Do you
our
really?
practice spot because
We're getting
kind
kind
of
of low.
Getting kind of low with the Febreze there. All right, cool. What about the other members of the band, too?
Well, my brother, I just have to love him and get along with him. So.
You have to.
He has to.
Right.
Notice he said has to.
Right.
I like that little guy. But, yeah, Jay, our drummer, he's just like a fireball, just nonstop moving around.
Mm-hmm. Well, he has to be. He's a drummer.
Yeah,
He's also Asian.
He keeps
and
wanting
he
to
moves
like,
around a lot.
race with me, but I just always decline because he's just gonna like run so fast, play a quick game of basketball, then I'll be like getting there, and then
Right.
be like, oh yeah, I already beat you.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the score's 50-0, and next game, let's do it, whatever. But yeah, I get it though. So, the outcome of the band. I mean, you want to see success with the band. What do you think about the new album that you guys are going to put together? So far,
I can't wait to put it together. I mean, there's a couple things that we need to work on. Definitely for my vocals too. I want people to be able to hear what I'm saying. So vocals are probably going to be probably like the biggest part of recording for
Right.
myself because I like to critique myself a lot too. I
Okay.
always try to, even if
are you hard on yourself?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, that's kind of like a good thing and sort of sometimes a bad thing too, because then if you're too down on yourself, then you're worried about the song too much, and it's not really going to come to you the right way, and it's going to, you're just going to say, fuck this song, and I'm going to go to the next song, and then it's going to spill over to the next song, then the next song, and the next song.
Right.
I just take it one song at a time, and then you should be good to go.
The big thing was if I would start like singing a song, screaming, or doing whatever I'm doing, I usually like look at people's faces, and if they're going like, then I kind of get like all worried, like, oh, they must not like that part in the song or something, and then I'll try to like change it up a bit. Most of the time, I just don't give a shit. So
He faces the wall when we practice, so he really doesn't see our faces.
Someone's saying something.
All right, so there's a question in the chat room. Let me ask you this: do you prefer wireless mics, or do you prefer wired mics?
Tripping over myself. Definitely want to get a wireless mic so I can just run in front of people and just start screaming till they just can't sleep at night.
Have you? I'm sensing that there was a nosedive on stage.
Not yet.
Not yet?
I've tripped a couple times because I'll just start like wrapping around my hand and then I'll be like, oh, just like stumbling.
Have you pulled the mic out of the plug yet?
Yes, I've done that probably like 5
and
times.
continued singing.
Yeah, I'll just be like, oh yeah, here we go.
And then the guy in the front booth up there is saying, like this, right?
Hey,
I hear
not
nothing.
nuts.
You know what I'm saying? So,
well, usually I'm still pretty loud, but
right, exactly. Well,
yeah,
lions roar.
Yeah, well, that'll work then. I mean, if you can get over top of the drums and the bass and the guitars and with just your voice, then you're doing something good, man. So, kudos to you. The shows for this summer. If there's any band that you want to play with, who would it be?
Well, right now, like this hardcore band out there, This Is a Lifetime. Definitely want to play with them. Want to play with Fallen Captive. Are we talking about local or
anything? Local bands, anything you want. If there's a band that you want to play with.
Well, I haven't even met the members from This Is a Lifetime, but I've been listening to a lot of their music on YouTube, and I totally dig them. And Forever in Terror just came back out. I want to be on that show, but I think they're already booked.
Yeah.
Oh.
well, hey, maybe next time. Yeah. What about a show like Rock on the Range? Would you guys love to do that?
That would be insane.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We were talking to Dom earlier today. Yeah, he's my co-host on the show. Right now he's at Rock at the Range right now, doing some interviews with some of the bands that are there though.
Nice.
And there's a ton of different bands there. Some of the bands that are there tonight. If there was a band there right now that you really, really wanted to play, who would it be? I'll ask you that.
Well, of course, Korn.
Right.
Love and Death.
Okay.
Which is Brian from Korn's other band, Brian Head Welsh.
Okay.
And Flames, actually. Those guys are awesome.
Nice. What about you?
I was actually going to go to Rock on the Range, but I totally forgot who was playing Rock on the Range.
There's a ton of bands, dude. There's like 3 days worth of bands there. So, yeah, and my co-host is going to be there all 3 days.
Wasn't Stone Sour on that?
I think so.
Okay,
probably.
Yeah, I think so. So there's like a million bands going to be there. He tried to interview Cheap Trick. It didn't work.
Oops.
Yeah. So, but whatever. Whatever the case may be. But I do have this story. I'll let you guys. You guys can comment on this though. This might be kind of something up your guys' alley too with this story here. Let's say you do these festivals overseas, and you have to jump on a plane to fly over to those venues, and your captain of your plane decided to leave the cockpit for a minute, but he has other people in there. He's got the co-pilot and the navigator in there, and they can handle things while he goes and takes a leak real quick, Okay. But what if? But they don't know how to land the plane. Those two people, all right? The navigator and the co-pilot doesn't know how to land the plane. But what if the captain goes out, uses the bathroom, and he comes back to the cockpit, and he tries to open the door, and the door doesn't open? What's running through your mind right now?
Haha, assholes, open the door.
Well, the door automatically locks. You can't get... It's one of those security things since the 9/11... stuff that went on. Once the door opens, and you go out it, you cannot go back in. Okay? Evidently, the timer on the door was malfunctioned or something. And when he wanted to go open the door to get back into the cockpit, he couldn't. Well, this happened. This is an India flight. Had to be diverted because the cockpit door jammed. And he couldn't get back in there. They had to get the co-pilot had to get instructions from the tower how to land the aircraft. Landed it safely.
Impressive.
But it was a bumpy ride.
Okay.
There was a total of 275 passengers on this plane. And the reason he couldn't get in the door is there was a problem with the framing around the door and the timer. When the timer locked the door, I guess the framing on the door, I guess when you're up in the air, there's cabin pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess the framing came out of whack a little bit and sealed the door shut, okay, where they couldn't get back out. So when they landed, they had to get, maintenance to come up to the plane to get the co-pilot and the navigator out too. So they said in a statement that the commander of the flight said that there was no risk. The guys up front had it under control. They knew what they had to do. But in a later statement, according to India Airlines or whatever the case may be, I guess their not TSA, but their I guess their tower, when they land, they said in a statement that they had to contact them how to land this plane, this 727. So I'd be kind of scared.
Yeah.
Things be flashing before my eyes. Death is right there at the doorstep. Kiss my ass goodbye type of thing. I'll be running around the aircraft looking for a parachute to jump if I had, if there was one on board, or something to get off that plane, because I'm not going to, take a navigator and a co-pilot's, ability to land an aircraft. I guess to me, it's kind of crazy that this happened. Now, this is India Airlines. I mean, it hasn't really happened in domestic flights here in the United States, but I think they should start looking into these older aircrafts that are up in the air right now, especially when they have like 30 million hours on them, and they need to take these planes and put them out to pasture, and build new ones or something. Because this right here is kind of scary, especially when you're flying with 275 people on the plane, and all that's going through your mind is right now the fucking ground below, and that's something that I really can't.
How come they didn't have like an override system?
Well, they do have automatic pilot, but the automatic pilot only flies the plane in the air. It doesn't land the plane. We haven't got that advanced yet to land a plane yet.
Yes.
I guess automatic pilot. They do have some sort of where they can get it down to that level to land, but you actually have to have someone behind the wheel of the aircraft to actually land the fucking thing. And I'm not going to put two numbskulls in, especially the navigator and the co-pilot, in charge of controlling the aircraft as I come down.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just something you can just worry about when you start doing these overseas gigs.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a boat.
Yeah, go and talk to the pilot or whatever. Say, do you have a jug with you? Piss in this for me. Don't come out of the cockpit until we land.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's not a really. I don't think it'd be a good idea to die in a plane because the cockpit door jammed and you can't get back out though.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and plug that stuff one more time, how they can get a hold of you and everything else, and we're going to wrap up the show.
All right,
here.
well, it's facebook.com/Kharmuh official page. Kharmuh is spelled Kharmuh, the phonetic way, because I can.
Okay, awesome.
One other thing would be SJV Imagery. Mm-hmm. She's been taking pictures of us live. That's all you see on our Facebook page and our Wix page and everywhere else.
Okay.
And my personal page, because I have to upload it there for some stupid-ass reason.
Okay.
And just come see us live.
Awesome.
It's an awesome show. You won't be sad.
Awesome. All right. On that note, we're going to get the hell up out of here. Next week on the show, we should have, I believe, what is this? This is the... What is it today? 17th?
17th.
All right, so the 24th, we're going to do the Rock on the Range review with Dom. And then on the 31st, we're going to have Chris Zitterbart from Peabody's on the show. We're going to talk to him and find out what's going on with the whole Peabody's thing. As you guys know, that Peabody's is actually packing up and moving out of that location and to make room for, I guess, a parking lot I don't know.
More
Well, that's
for
Chris.
CSU, I think.
I think
it's a medical facility, I heard.
Yeah, some medical. Yeah, that's what it is, or a parking lot for the medical facility or whatever. Because the Rascal House is also moving out too.
Yeah.
That's right down the road there, the little pizza shop. So,
which is awesome. You go and play Peabody's. There's pizzas like right there.
yeah, exactly. So I have a lot of questions. So if you have a lot of questions for Mr. Zitterbart, I would encourage you to email us. Shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. That's shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. And then once I get all the emails, and I'll go ahead and ask all the questions to Chris about Peabody's. My big question for Chris on the 31st is, will there be a pole in the main where the main stage is?
Yeah.
Okay. Will the bathroom smell like an armpit? Okay. That would be the two questions I'm going to ask Mr. Zitterbart and see what he says about it.
And can we poop in peace?
Right, exactly. Will there be doors on the stalls? I would love to have doors on the stalls, too. On that note, we're going to get the hell up out of here, guys. Peace, we're out.
You just got to know when it's time to quit.
Fuck that noise. We're not quitting. I think you can do better, Ted.
I beg your pardon?
I don't see anybody headed for the door. Listen to me. It's just like trying to fuck a Catholic girl who keeps saying, no, I don't want to. I'm really, really drunk and you're circumcised. But she keeps on making out with you. She's not leaving your Fiero. It means she really wants to. She just needs a little bit of a nudge, all right? A little bit of a coax, a little bit of a tickle, just to rationalize it to herself, to her God. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ!
Did you miss any of the show?
You know, you keep hiding from shit in the world, and eventually the world comes to your front door. Nice. That's very nice. I heard an episode of Touched by an Angel.
Then check out our website at morningshowcentral.com and visit the archives for this and other past shows.
Also, check out the games, photo galleries, chat rooms, and more.
I heard that doing LSD can awaken your demons.
I ain't got no demons gonna get woke.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are not controlled by the FCC, our wives, girlfriends, gay lovers, or favorite barnyard animals. And if you have any complaints,
call someone who cares.
Be sure to tune in next week for another sick and twisted edition of Uncensored Ned Noise.
I told him to kiss my microphone.
If you have any questions, comments, bitches, complaints, or great stories about barnyard fetishes,
shoot us an email at show@morningshowcentral.com.
Still can't get enough of Uncensored Ned Noise? Then check them out at their website at uncensorednednoise.com. Or if you want to go the Facebook route, facebook.com/uncensorednednoise.
For all the sick videos, youtube.com/uncensorednetnoise.
And be sure to check out the live show next Friday night, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Right here on morningshowcentral.com.
Your ad said you do wet work.
That's correct. I urinate on other men for money.
From Chris and the rest of the gang here at Uncensored Net Noise, have a great weekend.
And we'll catch you next week.